Hi, hello, g'day, kia ora, welcome to the studio. I'm Paula from MoxyMojo. Today is the 18th of December, so our prompt for Dephemerember is Forgotten Snacks, and this is a throwback Thursday to 2023. Tea for today is one that we've had already before, and that is the Queen Victoria Strong English Breakfast, because Tanya gave me a couple of these, so I thought, yep, we'll have another one of those. And our snack for today from Robin are these scorched almond peanut bites. It's what I've known in the past to be like peanut brittle. Scorched peanuts and caramelized toffee covered in smooth milk chocolate. And they are delicious. Now these are definitely a forgotten treat. Or snack, sorry. I've been through Robin's and Tanya's stuff, and I've pulled out some stuff that is either food related snacks or like chocolate wrappers, and this lot was actually from our 5-item swap, or like chocolate wrappers, some those snack balls. I pulled out these 2 restaurant chips. Starbucks. This, I think, I'm guessing was something, I don't know, but I envisage it, given its shape and size, was probably, and it's like Asian, I'm not sure what it was. That I just like. We've got the round brown rice packet, and of course we have our glorious hot chocolate cups. I also went through my stash to pull out, what kind of food related things I had, and this is going to be like our main thing that we create from. So L&P, lemon and pyroa, is pretty much as Kiwi as it gets. This is, this soft drink goes back to 1908-ish, and you can only get it here in New Zealand, and it's the kind of thing that if you ever visit New Zealand, you have to try, because it's hard to describe what the taste is. I think you can get it overseas if you go to any of the made in New Zealand shops, I think, and you can get like hokey pokey ice cream there as well. Another thing that is only ever available in New Zealand. So anyway, I hadn't had any L&P for ages, so I thought, yes, that's why I was destined to get this. I also went through, because I didn't have a lot. I've got a couple of beer coasters, which, whenever you go to the pub, you pick up something like that. I've got some like Coke Zero. This is just part of a box, although it's a bit bent. Good old chocolate dip donuts. Lord knows when we had those. It must have been absolutely ages ago. Probably a treat when the grandchildren were here. And then we started to like lollies. That's my absolute favourite. This is, I think, again a New Zealand thing. RJ's. Yep, they're a New Zealand company. And they do green apple licorice, and then in the middle is like a sour green apple sherbet fizz. And yeah, Oh, it's delicious. I love green apple. But then I also went a little bit broader and like, here's a card for some, these were like some, we got a free sample in our shopping. And these are like drinks, and that came with the free sample. And then these, I bought some new tongs, and the tongs were like, you know, what is it, zip corded into these. So yeah, I thought, yep, they're food related, so this is kind of what we've got. But we're gonna start. Oh, and the other thing I've got was I grabbed this is Liquorland, who is like one of the alcohol shops here in New Zealand, and they have these free magazines, which when you go in you can grab one of their magazines. And so I've gone through this particular one and picked out some stuff. It was mainly like these lemons that I spotted for my lemon and pie rower, and I thought, oh yeah, definitely that's what I need, is some lemons to go with it. So that's kind of like what I spotted. But then I also spotted like these recipes which look absolutely delicious. So I thought maybe I could make like some recipe cards, because I love like seeing recipes and keeping them. I don't necessarily make them, but you know, the intention is there. And then I saw this like byline type thing. I'm not sure that's what you call it, but it was be bold, be brave, be lucky. And I thought that would be awesome if I can get it without the light on it, for in a camera, for in a journal, you know, having that, I thought would be really cool. I mean, even I love the company name, Fortune Favors. And their cans are really cool. It's an IPAs. And no, I'm not encouraging drinking, but I love the cool graphic design that is involved there. So mainly we are looking at the lemons from there and from there to go with our L&P. So let's clear the decks and we will start making. I'm going to cut up this box, and I was hoping I might be able to trim it, but no, it's not going to fit. And yeah, they're not going to stay there either, Paul. You should know that. So, because because it's like small, I've really only got like that real estate I'm working with. I want to keep as much as I can. So I'm just going to pretty much work on the fold by cutting it. And so I thought I would create some bases using this box. And like, I'm terrible for not remembering to keep like packaging like this. Craft packaging, yes. Keep to, you know, so easy to keep. But food packaging, no. Mainly because I'm not the world's best chef. In fact, I think I'm terrible. But, you know, I cook because I've got to feed my family. But, yeah, I'm not the kind of wife and mother who bakes and always has cakes and muffins in the kitchen. That is definitely not me at all. Right now, so this was the lid thingy, and I wanted to keep like this little wee flag because, you know, it's well known that, you know, world famous in New Zealand for this product. So I'm gonna have to fussy cut this, I think. So, which, given its heavy card, is not going to be that easy. And I quite like this little wee sales pitch over here. That's drink for a small hit of good lemony stuff. It's that kind typical understated New Zealand kind of mentality that we have here. And I really do quite like this logo. So I'm just going to cut there, and I might use that, I'm not sure. So we'll tuck these into there because there's a bit more room in there. Hopefully I can get through this. So, like I said, I'm wanting to maximise this as much as possible. So I'm lining up where the two sides are pre-cut in the manufacturing process, because that should give me a straight line, even though I'm kind of out with my cutting. And we'll do the same one here. So line up there, line up there, and there. Alright, so now we are going to, I think that one was mildly straighter. So now, here we go to trim across here. Yeah, that's perfect, that's what we want. That one's not the best. Maybe I do need to trim it down a wee bit. Just don't like the way, but I'll keep going round. So we've done that side, didn't we? Now that I've trimmed that, is it? Yeah, a little bit straighter. Trim this bottom. I really am giving this poor little wee guillotine a workout. And someday it is going to just go, no, sorry, but I've had enough of you treating me like this. But then it is a cheap one I bought from Temu, so if it happens, it happens. Because that's where we're going, file folders. Mini file folders I thought would be very cute. This is quite a heavy cardboard for this type of thing. But then for a file folder, I do quite like a heavier card. I've pulled out my mini scoreboard. And this is one that I got free in a magazine, in a craft magazine. So now I need to work out, right, and look at that, they're the same size. I need to work out what my middle is going to be. And I also need to work out if I'm going to put like a gusset in there or not. And I don't think I am. I should fold it easy enough. So, zero finder, find me the middle. So this is magically 12 centimetres. But I need this, I don't know, it's going to be like this. So it's 12 centimetres across. So I am going to score at, you know, either the 0 position or the 6 centimetre position, depending on your point of view and how you like to do it. But what I've done is I've marked top and bottom so that I can make sure they line up appropriately. Now I would have preferred to score this way down, but I don't want to draw the pencil lines on here, so we'll go this way. Now we don't have a line for 6 centimetres, so I'm just going to line my 2 marks up on the score line, and hopefully this cardboard is not too thick, and I can actually still stay in the score line and actually recognise it. Right, I haven't gone off either side, so pretty good. Oh, look, it's spot on. Now I quite like, and I don't mind, the brown background, to be honest. But the question now is do I want to decorate it anyhow? Anywho, because even though I like it the brown cardboard, it is kind of boring. So I don't want to like cover it because I think that's going to make it too thick. But maybe we could just do a stencil over it instead. So let's do that. So I've grabbed this stencil from Tim Holtz. I don't know the name of it, sorry, but it's THS 070. And then I've got Distress Oxide Wild Honey and the Distress Ink Wild Honey. So I'm going to use the oxide through the stencil, and I'm going to just do it kind of randomly, I hope. But no, it's not completely secure to the craft mat, but it is kind of secure. I'm just going to go over the entire surface. With the same pattern. So it is something quite simple, but, you know, hopefully effective. Okay, it is quite subtle depending on the light. I mean, it looks really cool like in that angle, and almost invisible at that angle, which is actually kind of cool. So now I need to align these up, which is, I might have to tip it up so I can see it better. I think I've got that all lined up. Man, that was harder than I thought it was going to be. Right, so now we do this side. And we hope for the best. And I'm going to try not to go over the bit I've already done, so that if I am out of alignment, it looks really obvious. But no, looks like we managed to finagle that somehow. That looks kind of cool, the way it goes from invisible to, yep, you can see it. Alright, okay, let's do that again. We've got this on there. Now that I've said I don't want to get mist on it, what happens if I did and then we dried it. It would look different. So let's do it on this one. Apart from the cardboard lifting up, what's happened? Right, let's dry that and see if there's a difference. Oh yeah, I kind of like what's happening with the splatters, so we're going to put some more. But from now I've ended up with a really wet hand. Oops, just put that into some water. Right, now we are going to, no, let's dry it on there. Okay, I really like what's happened there. And even though it is really subtle with being a light ink on the brown, I love it. Just, I mean, it's really hard to see on camera, but there's like this really big sort of patch here of water and some more over here, another one there, and I mean here you can see that, okay, yep, the ink's disappeared and there's these patches of water, but then when you do this and you change it, yes, all that inking shows up a bit more than it did before, but on camera, all these ones, flowers, for lack of a better word, that have got the water on or had the water on them, now look white or like a very pale lemon, and I know that's the oxidization. But I don't know that you can see it on camera. Maybe, yes, like you can see this up here. What if I turn it up the other way? Yep, you can see them now. Like up in here. And it's really cool how different that looks. But it is, I love how subtle it is. So I'm going to do that to this one as well. Yeah. That looks really cool. Okay. Now. Right, so that's those two done. So now we need to fold them on our score line. And yes, if you can hear that in the background, all of a sudden today, a summer storm has hit. And the temperature has dropped like goodness knows how many degrees. We're back to wearing winter sweatshirts. And it's bucketing down with rain and possibly hail. It's been that heavy. Right, that looks cool. I love it. And this is my little wee file folder. Right, so now this one. There. This one's, whoops, a wee bit crooked compared to the other one. I like that. So now what I want to do is hopefully my corner rounder can cope with this cardboard. So Helps if you put it in there properly. Yep. So I'm doing the medium corner. Alright, that's one. Two. Love them. Love them. Alright. I love them. I love that way because like it's like you don't really know what it is. There, and then you see it on the back. Cool. Right, so we've got that. So now these need like a tab and a pocket or something maybe. Right, so tabs. I bought this, I'll admit, yes, it's another Temu purchase. Oops. Sorry, didn't mean to drop that in your ears. Because, to be honest, they are really, really expensive here in New Zealand. So, yes, Temu it was. So now I want to make some flags or tabs for them, not flags. So what have we got? Now I've got that, and that was from Robin, which I thought that would go quite nicely in a pocket or maybe as a decoration on the front. I think that's so cute. I've got, I thought maybe some blue, but it's perhaps more a red day. Let's go to our yellow. This is my yellow folder of, like, because with all my collage papers, I've got them in little wee pockets like this by colourway in my storage system. And that way it's easier to find based on colour, because I tend to work on colour. So, what have we got? I mean, even that, yes, it's what is it? It is a bottom of a paper bag, but that is quite cool. Here's another one. So, why couldn't I could cut that, and then I've got this one. What else have we got here? Oh, that's part of a magazine. Might not be heavy enough, but, oh, I know what that is. That was from our, Tanya, that was from our 5-item challenge that I cut up accidentally. Wanting to find a cool yellow, quite like that. Just why not make it out of book pages, Paula? I've got pattern paper that I've then coloured. Oh, that's from Tanya as well. So maybe I'll use that. We could do a lemon vellum tab. Oh, that's from Tanya as well. Ah, that's where they all went. I thought I'd used it all up, but I hadn't. Alright, so that's from Tanya too. So's that. Right, we're cooking with gas now. And there's some coffee, either or, dyed paper. that I could always use if I stuck it to. Stuck whatever to that. Right, so that's kind of the wrong yellow. That one's better. So I might use that from Tanya. I think that was from Tanya. That was from Tanya. That was from Tanya. That's from Tanya. Right, so where are we? No to the paper bags, because they're just going to be a bit awkward. But I think I like that. And I should be able to get a tab out of it. So, because that's how much I need times 2. So I should be able to get maybe one out of there and one out of there. So, how much, right. So, this is, so if I base it on this square, alright, so I need pretty much 4 centimetres by 4 centimetres, so that's 8 centimetres, but that's really only 3.5, oh hang on, from there to there, so I only need 6 centimetres. So long as I've got 6 centimetres, then we've got enough. So 10 to 4, yep, we've got enough. And 10 to, yep, I can probably get 2 along there. Okay, so we are, so I need this to be, what, 4 centimetres, yeah, 4 by 6. So if I go, that's 4 there, and I go, let's make it, because I need room out the sides to get that in. So let's, if I fold that like that, is that 4 centimetres? Yep. So let's fold there. Now it doesn't matter if that one's got a big wrinkle on it. And when, whoops, we make sure we don't drop that in your ears again. So we are coming along to this side as much as possible, and there's one. Look at that. Now is this one going to fit in there? It'll fit in on that one, but I don't think it'll, no, it's not going to fit on that side. So, have we got enough there? No, not enough there, but we should have enough there. So, if we fold that to there, right, we sweep that way. Yep. And then we put that in. And line that up there. And 2. Look at that. Perfect. Oh, I'm so pleased I found that. Right, okay. I like them. And I don't think we're going to need to line them, so I'll save that for later. We got that. So, but now, do I want to ink them? Yes, I do. What colour do we want to ink them? Do we want to go with wild honey? Ooh. So, this is the, no, I didn't want the oxide, I wanted the distressing. So, oh well, let's just, now again we're going for subtle on here. That's how it's turning out. And normally I don't do subtle, I do in your face. But I like this. And it's surprising just how simple that, but the difference it makes just by inking around this edge. Yeah, nice. Now we're going to put this on. I'm going to do one, I think, on the top and then one on the bottom. Actually, no, I want to do it that way, don't I? So that I don't accidentally stick it down. Whoops, glue going everywhere. And literally everywhere. So I've just done the bit that is hopefully or going to be on the connecting point just for the moment. Oh, doesn't that look good? Yes. Ah, brilliant. And then this one, I'm doing the whole of it because we're going to connect it to the bit that is sticking out. Excuse me. That's a little bit of peanut, I think, for my peanut brittle. That's there. Stretch that there and then there. And I think it is just, no, it's okay, I will. Alright. Yep, I love that. That is, Tanya, that is the perfect colour. And then we're going to do this one, exactly the same, but down the bottom. Because why not? Ta-da! Ta-da! Cool. I love it. I love it. Even that way. Looks awesome. Right, so that's tabs on our file folders. And I mean, you don't need to cut your file folders with the tabs already built in. As you can see, I mean, make a decorative element out of it. Awesome. Right, so now we're going to add pockets. And I'm going to add a pocket on this side only, seeing as I've got my tab there. I don't want to cover my tab, but I could. Now, do I want that on? No, I don't think I do, but I quite liked it. So now, what can we do for our pocket? We've got this like almost pre-cut pocket. And I don't mind, that's the hole that I cut yesterday. Oops, didn't realise that. But that's still kind of cool. So that would give me one pocket. Okay, so let's just cut this. I want to just cut off this bottom bit where there's there. Now, so it like that. Like, I don't mind that corner's not on there. And so if I line that up there, we want this to finish there. So, and of course I've done that on the wrong side. So we need that to be there. Right. Not half awkward, Paula. So that's straight, that's there. Alright. So we've still got a little bit of that left. It doesn't matter that we're rounding the corner there. So we're going to go to our there, and I just need to fix it up because it's there. Didn't quite chop off fully. Oops, and so that can go there. And no, because I didn't cut that right. Did I cut it on? I cut it on the wrong line. Paula, Paula, Paula. When will you learn to pay attention and make sure you're doing it right? Alright. There we go. We've got a little strip. One of these days, Paula, you will learn. Okay, so take 2 on the corner chomping, because we've got a proper corner this time. And still it didn't work. I think it's because, like, Tanya has layered something over the top of something else. So it's like 2 layers thick. And it's cutting through one okay, but not the other. So it's not you, Tanya, it's me. Right, that's better. And now that's going to stick in there. And that's going to be our holy pocket. Right, so, of course, we need to I love wild honey for the fact that it gives whatever you're colouring an ethereal like look to it. It's very cool. Right, so we're now going to stick this in, and it may need to be weighted down just because we're sticking quite like it's a heavy-ish weight of cardboard to a heavy-ish weight of cardboard. And I'm being very skimpy-ish with my glue. So skimpy-ish that I just put my finger in it. And that was a silly thing to do, Paula. Another one of those, Paula, when will you learn? There, there, there. Alright, so I may need to actually like clip this in place to get it to stay. So we're just going to hold on to it for a few minutes until I get bored with that already. And so we're going to bulldog clip it. I knew I had another one here somewhere. Right, so we're going to leave it like that. Doesn't that look quite cute though? And everyone's going to go, what is the hole from? Right, this one, well maybe this one I can put that in, because even though it's corrugated, it doesn't matter. I don't mind that it is like ultra bulky. Don't know if it'll fit. Hang on, question is, no, it's not going to fit in my corner punch, so I'm going to have to round it by hand, but that's okay. And maybe I mean, I don't mind. It's not going to close, so yeah, don't mind at all. I'm going to trim it just about there. And then I quite like the edge, so I'm probably going to leave it like that. So, can we trim it in here? That is another question. Alright, so here we go again. There. Get it right this time, Paula. I love testing this. How far can I push my little wee guillotine? So I'm going to stick this down, and then I will have to trim it. So if I stick this down, oops, now what we need to do is just this, like a little bit of glue there was just a bit too much bulk. So I'm going to do this. Whoops, I haven't inked it. And it's more just that I want to just hide this white edge here. Don't know that I'll be able to do that one, because that's like the inside of the thing. So what I am going to do though is, whoops. So I want to trim this on the valley of the corrugation, because then I won't get the open edge. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, perfect. So now we'll glue it. So I'm going down to about there. Yeah, it's kind of around there. And then across. So, there and there. So I don't know, yeah, I suppose I can take these off. Right, so yep, that's done. And now we can, okay, I know that's too big, but yep, we can slide into there. And I've just done it upside down. That was quick. So I guess we've got a tuck spot and not a pocket. At least that one's right. Paula. When will you learn? Okay, so we've got a tuck spot and a corner pocket. Dear me. Right, so do I want to actually put a corner pocket there? No, I might leave that one as it is. I've done enough damage. Right, okay, so I think that should be good now. Yep, look at that. That looks cool. I like it. So, we have our 2 mini file folders made out of our forgotten packaging of L&Ps because I'd forgotten how much I like them. We've used something from Robin. We've used something from Tanya. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it quits while I'm ahead before I, muck something really up. Okay, I know it was quick and easy and nothing too challenging, but yeah, that's it for today. I will see you back in the studio tomorrow. Bye for now.